Hello everybody and welcome back to the Better Call Sukan podcast with Arif and Carl. Hi everyone, my name is Arif Daniel and with me is Carl, your host for today. How are you, Carl?
Okay, let's go. Let's gallop into it.
So basically today kita ada new sports and kita punya guest hari ni pun sangat-sangat special. National athlete. Betul?
Betul.
So tanpa buang masa, mari kita introduce.
Let's ride into the into the episode.
Ya, apa nama dia punya ring? Dia bukan ring Tak apalah, nanti kita tanya dia lah.
Boleh.
So basically the sport today that kita nak sembang adalah
Equestrian.
Kalau dalam Melayu tu apa, Kal?
Oh, aku pun tak tahu.
Cuba try teka.
We'll ask the guest.
Okay. So tanpa membuang masa, Kal, marilah kita introduce guest kita pada hari ini.
Alright, welcome to the show. National athlete, equestrian athlete, Encik Qabil.
Oh, thank you.
Hello,
you so much for
Mr.
having
Qabil.
me.
How are you today?
Yeah, good. Very good.
Okay, so thank you for being here.
Yes.
Nak sembang pasal equestrian in general, and also we to some people out there maybe they don't know, but you were daripada dulu, I think when I was small, sampailah ke hari ini, you're still carrying the Malaysian flag di luar negara sebagai seorang national athlete.
Yes, sudah like almost 30 years in the sport. And,
30 years in the sport?
In the sport, and 30 years representing Malaysia. Since I was 15 sekarang, so can count lah my age now. So I'm kira dah senior bit lah.
Thank you for your contribution to the country.
And also like we also have a Asia number 1 here. Yes. We tahu that maybe people out there don't know, but we all know mostly that you have represented the country with your horse pergi equestrian tu semua. Tapi kita orang nak tahu actually like how did it like bermula. Macam mana dia mula? Macam mana tiba-tiba masa kecil tu ada toy horse ke apa ke? Ya.
Kuda kompang.
Kuda kepang. Masa kepang tu yang kahwin.
Masa kecil pun tak, it's by coincidence because Sukan ni pun tak terfikir nak naik kuda pun. Tapi one day started from my parents.
Okay.
So every weekend we used to go dekat this tempat lah, ladang memancing.
Ladang memancing?
Ya,
ada kuda?
Tak ada kuda masa tu.
Okay.
So every weekend kita pergi pancing sana. So one day my dad cakap, kalau ada kuda, best gak lah naik kuda around this kolam-kolam ikan ni.
Okay.
So that's from that day we decided to get a horse lah, to keep at that tempat pancing sana lah. So it was in the beginning was kita hanya naik, so naik, tergolek, jatuh semua. So my dad said, you kena belajar how to ride properly lah, because to be able to ride the horse. So at that time tak banyak sukan kuda pun not heard of lah dekat Malaysia ni. So we decided to go to Australia untuk belajar. So we went to Australia. So from there ada coach ajar, so dia pun tengok ada talent, dia cakap why not you start compete lah. So first competition when I was 15, I started riding 10. 15 I compete at the SEA Games. Dekat Chiang Mai 1995. That was my first international competition. So Alhamdulillah, first competition won the bronze medal.
For SEA Games
for the SEA Games, the first competition. So from then on lah baru so my dad said,
take this seriously.
Yeah, so since actually the three of us, my adik-beradik pun, my brother, my sister also compete. So we were all in the same team masa tu.
Dia ada team?
Dia ada team event dengan individual event.
Okay, later we gonna ask you. Sebab sebenarnya kalau kita tengok kat like on TV, kalau ada kuda punya like dia lompat-lompat tu, I honestly nampak very elegant, but I don't know what they are doing actually. So maybe later you can share a bit about that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so teruskan. After that, how did your journey as a nama dia, horse rider ke apa nama equestrian?
What do you call yourself?
What do you call yourself?
As a rider lah, we can call it as a horse rider.
Horse rider?
Dipanggil equine. They call it equine.
Jockey bukan?
Bukan. Jockey untuk racing. So rider macam show jumper you panggil, kalau dengan lompat dia panggil show jumper.
Okay.
Dalam terms equestrian dia ada different terms for different events. So equestrian ada 3 major events yang compulsory in the Olympics lah. Dia eventing, dressage dengan show jumping. Semua berbeza dari segi training semua. So ada perbezaan sikit lah dalam training semua. So we call it rider lah. Kalau selalunya we refer to equestrian athletes.
Okay, so can you say?
Yes. So right after the SEA Games in 1995, what happened?
95, after 95, then we started focusing on Asian Game 98 Bangkok. So that was also a target for us. So masa tu we all pergi training di Australia lagi.
Okay.
So alhamdulillah also in Asian Game won the bronze.
Okay.
Team bronze in the Asian Game. So masa tu so far dah after 6 Asian Games, 6 SEA Games, selalunya every games bawa balik medal lah so far. So alhamdulillah
penuh medal kat rumah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think it's a sport. Saya rasa sport yang boleh contribute lah to the country. So that's why we continue. No doubt sukan ini dia di-categorize as sukan untuk orang tertentu.
Okay.
For me is we can't run away from the truth. Kalau riding as normal as pleasure riding is affordable to everyone, but when you start competing dia different sikit lah, because the cost dah meningkat because of kuda pun kena jaga. Kuda also considered as an athlete. So kena penjaga, dia punya vet, dia punya tukang pasang kasut, dia punya penjaga. So all this kita kena look into lah. So dia considered as an athlete. So not only the rider, the kuda also considered an athlete in the equestrian. So kuda pun ada pasport dia sendiri, dia ada dia punya untuk travel, untuk competition. So
your kuda will travel
naik kapal terbang.
Naik kapal terbang.
Wow.
Yeah. Boarding masuk semua.
Semua boarding. Tapi only kuda kena quarantine. Lain daripada orang, dia ada dia punya period.
Even before COVID pun dia orang quarantine juga.
Dia sebelum dia fly selalu ke mana-mana negara dia ada quarantine dulu. Dia ada 10 hari quarantine baru dia boleh fly. So bila dia sampai pun dekat the event dia kena quarantine dulu. Baru you boleh compete. Okay,
so I'm assuming that you started dengan horse riding ni semua is a family thing, is it?
Yeah, it's a family thing. It started as with my dad and my parents. They were riding, then we all got involved lah, my brothers. So it's a family sport lah, because it's kuda pun is like very addictive. So when you start, you susah nak get out of it lah. Kalau you dah minat kan, nak stay away from it, dah macam you dah create that bond dengan kuda, dengan animal. So you susah. So masa I kecil-kecil dulu, I spend a lot of time dengan kuda lah. So that's why kat sekolah pun orang panggil I kuda.
Your nickname was
orang
kuda?
tahu I spend so most of my childhood dengan kuda lah.
And like you said, why actually time to minat kuda sebab dengan family, but before that do you had any passion other than horse riding?
Before that I was I was 10 at that time when I started riding. So before that I tak ada, I mean, just general play soccer, badminton, but no specific interest in specific sport lah. So kuda ini just when we had that piece of land and pergi pancing, that's when the minat mula nak naik kuda.
But sekarang ni you don't go to Australia to ni dah lah.
No, now I'm based dekat Europe lah, dekat Denmark. So my coach is a Danish coach. So kuda-kuda yang I compete is all based in Denmark.
So your horse is in Denmark now?
Denmark now. Tapi I ada tempat ladang kuda juga dekat Malaysia, our own. Tapi kuda-kuda sini digunakan for training purposes, not for competition.
Okay.
So to keep me fit and so I have my horses here. But bila nak compete, I guna kuda dekat Europe, dekat Denmark. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Because of sini, the problem here is not enough competition in Malaysia. So so kalau you nak compete at a different level, kira Olympic or Asian Game, you need to compete overseas lah. So the competition, there's more competition there. So it's tougher, and so then you can clearly see where you stand lah. Kalau kat Malaysia susah sikit nak tahu where you're standing.
Adakah jago kampung je ke?
Itulah.
Okay.
So
I have a question. You mentioned that you competed in SEA Games, Asia Games. Because we've done this show for quite a while. I never heard of macam intercontinental, meaning macam like have you ever went to like South America? Because I'm sure there's a riding culture kat situ, kan?
yes, yeah.
Or Africa semua.
No, I've been in training in Calgary, Canada, for 4 years. I based in Calgary, training di sana, compete also di sana, the American circuit dekat Arizona, Phoenix. So I was a bit everywhere lah. So I was there when I was 15, 16, training in Calgary. Then I moved to, because terlalu jauh sangat to fly there, almost more than a day kan. So I decided to go closer lah, pergi Europe. So I was based in France for 3-4 years, then 7 years in Belgium, then in Holland for 3 years, then in Germany for 4 years, then now dah 5 years in Denmark pula.
Okay, so it shows that you kind of had like a global perspective on equestrian lah.
Because I wanted to learn. I mean, in this sport, there's a lot to learn. So I wanted to learn because each country has their method of training, different method. So I was looking what the best method that suits me lah. So I had to go through few coaches, because every coach has their own method, viewpoint. So I tak stick to one. So when I dah belajar from this, I take a little bit of everything and then I campurkan and I make my own what suits me the best lah. So that's why I gather all this training and information and get my own sort of syllabus. Yeah.
And it's not over. It's far
not
from over.
Yeah, it's not over. It's every day. Because dengan kuda you're dealing with animals. It's different when you're dealing with something, like a bat or a football. But this horse, dia punya perasaan. Satu hari dia dia macam merajuk. Satu hari dia tak nak training. Satu hari dia, so dia punya, you kena jaga dia punya feelings also. So if you training terlalu overtraining, dia go down. So you kena sense. That's why it takes time to bond dengan kuda. At least minimum a year. Then you tahu, kuda ni tak suka ni, kuda ni takut ni, kuda ni nak training lebih, this one tak suka lebih, this one suka sejuk, this one tak suka sejuk. Macam-macam lah dia punya.
And kuda tu pun kira national athlete juga kan?
Dia kira athlete juga. That's why they consider kuda as an athlete juga.
Okay, I have an interesting question to ask. For me, I feel it's an interesting one lah. Does the breed of the kuda, wherever it's from, considered as like Malaysian?
No, in the past, kuda, because every horse has a passport.
Yes.
So when even the horse has a birth certificate. So let's say it's born in Germany. But it can be owned by Malaysian. That means the owner must be like, kalau you compete in Olympics, the horse has to be owned by a Malaysian. Cannot be owned by a foreign. So when you buy the horse or you get the horse from young, you change the ownership. So kalau dulu owned by European, now you change ownership to Malaysian. So the passport dia tukar nationality Malaysian pula lah. Kuda tu jadi Malaysia.
Boleh bawa dia kedai mamak semua.
I just tengah like I feel like a bit shocked about all this, but it is really interesting. Sebenarnya, do you mind just sharing to everyone, like sebenarnya equestrian tu apa sebenarnya? And like tadi I tried to kenakan Kyle, tanya translation dia, tapi Kyle cakap kita tanya guest sendiri ya.
Equestrian is a sport yang involve animal. That's why it involve bond between human dengan animal. to get the results.
So itu adalah maksud equestrian.
Yeah, equest comes from the word kuda lah. Equest is anything to do with kuda is equest. But I don't know in detail where the word comes from. But equest is, but it's basically saying that between animal and humans together and create this sport lah. So it's been many years, and it's been in the Olympics since the beginning. It's been one of the compulsory sport in Olympics lah.
Okay.
Equestrian ni. So it's a unique sport because equestrian an athlete boleh compete more than 8 to sometimes 8 Olympics. Because certain sport you ada dia punya expiry kan, or you certain age you tak boleh compete. So equestrian you can start from 16 till the last that compete. One of the oldest was 71 competed in the Olympics. So dia tak ada age limit lah.
Okay.
So you can compete. Kalau you start 15, you can compete 8 Olympics pun. You still, asalkan you have you're healthy and you can still be on the horse. Then because the 70% horse is the athlete, 30% is the skill of the rider.
Okay.
So that's why it's a partnership lah. It's a sport that requires partnership between animal and human. That's the difference in terms of other sports.
It's like macam while listening to you, I felt it was like macam like F1.
Yeah.
You know, it's macam like you have to have a bond with the machine, which is the car in F1. But now with a living being.
Yeah, it's living. I think any sport you have to have you have to have that bonding. But this one you bond with the animal. So your sort of your tool that you use, like your equipment, is the horse. But this equipment is not the same every day.
Yes.
It changes because it has emotion, feelings. So that one yang you kena. That's the tough part lah.
Okay.
Kalau you tak tahu, you training 4 tahun, you tak tahu tomorrow the horse bangun, dia tiba-tiba rasa today malas nak rasa, not in the mood pula, then you're in trouble lah. So you kena, that's why you have to understand your horse very well. So you know that, okay, I better not push dia so much, the masa dekat this last few days before competition, don't push, bagi dia punya mood happy, so that on the day of the competition, he's in good mood.
do they have like a sense that ada competition ke apa semua tu?
They know the rider. They know who rides them. They have a sense that and horses always they protect their rider. That means siapa yang they sort of. So kalau kadang-kadang yang dia tak kenal, that's why banyak jatuh kan, because dia once you duduk dia dah tahu, this one not my rider. So setengah orang dia campak kan, dia kalau ngantak, so it's like that's why you have to have that bonding.
Okay, what are the categories of equestrian? So like, and also what category yang you join?
Okay. Yeah. In equestrian sport, there's 3 different events. Ada satu is dressage. Dressage is where you train the horse to do a specific movement. You nampak menari-nari tu dengan lagu. So it's like they give a few required movement that you have to execute, and they give points 1 out of 10. So ada 5 judges will give you points.
Adakah tu dia macam ice skating tu, atau yang gimnastik tu?
Gimnastik.
Tapi ni you menari dengan horse tu,
dengan kuda. So that's why you have to synchronize dengan kuda. So every movement must be, tak boleh ada mistake, kena on time dengan macam the last Asian game. The final was music, freestyle to music. So I have to create a routine that suits my horse, and they will give point lah dengan lagu sekali. So it has to like. So you're in dressage too? Yes, I'm in dressage. I was also jumping, do show jumping and lompat-lompat.
That's another category.
That's a different event. Yeah.
Okay.
So that one is where you jump a course You have to jump clear at the fastest time, all that. So that one also different type of horse or different type of training.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they have eventing, lompat-lompat dengan log, masuk air, dengan cross country.
Tu lain?
Tu lain pula, lain event. So these three are the three different events in Olympic sport lah.
Okay.
Olympic and also Asian game.
Okay, so dressage dia adalah kuda tu menari bersama rider lah.
Bersama rider.
Okay, I'm trying to picture it.
Dia atas kuda tak?
Bukan tepi.
So you guide the horse to menari. That means you make the horse.
So that is one category.
Yeah.
And then the second category adalah lompat tapi dalam
in an arena. Dengan dia ada fences, so a certain height.
Oh, so, yang palang.
So you have to jump without langgar the palang lah.
Okay.
So the winner will jump clear round with the fastest time.
The fastest time wins. The dressage tu the
one that does the movement perfect lah, movement macam dia macam like gymnastic kan.
Dia ada movement dia lah.
Dia ada required movement. If you do without mistake, your points higher lah. Dia macam a bit like macam diving pun you tengok your technicality, how level of difficulty. Kalau lagi susah, lagi higher the points lah. But the risk of making mistake lagi higher lah.
So dressage, lepas tu the second one was
show jumping. Dia panggil show jumping.
Okay.
Lompat-lompat. The third one is eventing.
Eventing.
Yes.
Okay, eventing tu.
Eventing actually is the two combined, dressage, show jumping, and the cross country dia panggil. Yang lompat, log, dia gallop dekat luar, masuk air, lompat keluar air.
Oh, dalam arena kalau show jumping tak ada masuk air?
Tak, adalah lompat air tapi dalam arena. Yang dengan the eventing ni dia lompat kat luar. So dia ada macam course like maybe 1 or 2 kilometers course that you have to jump all these fences lah kat luar.
I have two questions. Number one is how did they count the points?
Yes.
And number two, which one is your favorite?
Okay, the dressage is very subjective. That's why they call it based on the judges giving you 1 out of 10. Those accumulative, then they average the score. Then the winner will get an average of the judges, the 5 judges. Show jumping, they kira you have to go clear and the fastest time. So if a knock on fence, they give penalty lah. So the least penalty will win. And the eventing is considered all this show jumping, dressage, and the cross country, they combine the score. But it's not as the level of, it's a slightly lower level than the dressage event, but it's all like macam dia macam panggil macam all this yang combine, like you run, cycling, and this. So eventing is a bit like that. That combine the 3 horse punya event to discipline to one event.
So the one that you menang
is dressage. Last year at the Asian Game, I menang in the event yang dia ada menari dengan kuda.
I'm actually watching the dressage punya. You can see. So dia memang like dia menari dengan the kuda.
So the kuda because the kuda, if you tak give command, it doesn't do anything.
Oh, dia dengar. Macam.
So that's why this sport is how you train the horse to dengar your command.
Oh.
How, so you give all the command and without making any mistake.
Faham.
So kira the least mistake. That means you give the command, the horse does it. Because you dah train the horse. So dengan mana yang mistake mana tu, the horse is not tak dengar sangat lah the command from the rider. So the horse nanti tak buat the movement.
Okay, so contohnya kan, ni selalu kita akan tanya, we will ask like, okay, before you enter a competition, how do you prepare yourself? So ni adalah same the question to you, but you have to fikir pasal the horse jugalah kan?
Yes.
So do you mind just sharing like macam mana, contohnya before the games, sebelum tu, how do you prepare for the competition, and training, contohnya like we had like few other sports yang contohnya training dia 8 minggu, 12 minggu sebelum the actual thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you mind just sharing?
In Equestrian, they are a bit lain because of the animal. So each animal has its own character, different. So the training depends on the horse.
Okay.
So let's say your horse require a lot of training. So your training will be, but in general, you have to train your horse every day. Because the horse has to go out of the stable every day to keep the horse fit.
Stable tu nama dia.
Stable tempat
stable
kuda.
tu tempat kuda.
Kandang kuda dia lah.
Kandang kuda. Tidur di kandang kuda.
Kandang
kata.
kuda. Tidur kandang kuda. So kuda kena keluar kandang. Tiap-tiap hari dia tak boleh duduk dalam kandang.
Okay.
So because in natural environment, kuda stay in the outside in the field. So kita sekarang take the horse and put into the kandang. So it's unnatural for them lah.
Okay.
So that's why we have to take them out every day. So the training every time they go out is part of the training. So that's when depends on the horse. Kalau kuda tu perlu banyak training, then training dia lama lah lagi.
Okay.
So like for me, my horse require at least 6 days of training.
What's the name of your horse?
Rosenstall. Yang last
Rosenstall.
Yeah, it's a German horse actually.
Oh.
Yeah, born in Germany.
Kira salah kat dia. Okay. So kita sambung teruskan.
Yeah, so dia training tiap-tiap hari training. So the preparation I ada program lah. So to make sure that kuda tu peak masa that event lah. Like say my target is Asian Game.
Okay.
So I have to draw out a training punya plan towards the Asian Game.
Betul nak fly lagi kuda
fly
tu,
kuda,
nak quarantine
berapa
lagi.
competition yang I boleh compete, I tak boleh masuk terlalu banyak, nanti kuda burn out pula. Okay. So I kena pilih, okay, this competition I go, this one I tak. So I jaga, then also kena jaga dia punya fitness, dia punya diet, supplement, kena ada supplement this and that untuk keep the horse fit. So also that's why you have standby your own vet.
Okay.
You kena ada tukang pasang kasut dia kalau tak sedap, dia nanti lain pula dia punya movement, dia kena the right shoe that fits the horse. So all this you kena look into lah. So not only as you have to keep yourself fit, but by doing this you dah memang fit enough lah to if you can do all this, you will be able to do so a lot of people work lah. Kalau macam dia pergi fly to Hangzhou macam China, you kena there is a lot of quarantine punya protocols. You kena make sure the horse must be 60 days monitored, mana the horse pergi. Lepas tu you kena buat all the blood tests. So dia ada blood
kuda
test
pun.
Kena buat blood test. So to know that tak ada virus lah. Bila dia masuk negara tu, dia tak ada free from any virus. So dia ada dia punya all the required blood tests. So a lot of banyak need to organize.
Within that 10 days of quarantine, do you stay with the horse or?
Yes.
Okay.
You stay with
di kandang kuda.
So you have to spend most of the time with the horse lah.
Okay.
So that's why more than half of my life is with the horse. More than human.
Humans are complicated.
Like cakap English lah kan dia.
Cakap Melayu, English, semua dia faham. Apa you cakap dia, because dia read your body language. Kuda read your body language, so dia faham.
Okay, so that's the preparation for the horse. And how long does it take actually kalau
minimum
anggaran?
For Asian, like for me, minimum you have to have a plan at least the minimum 1 year.
1 year before the game.
Before the games.
For the horse lah.
Yeah.
Okay, for you, 30% sebagai athlete. Of the sports. Yeah.
You have to make sure you keep fit also. You kena ada your regular exercise. So riding itself dah memang take a lot lah. When duduk kuda is part of the. So you kalau you tak pergi gym pun you macam dah lari marathon bila you naik kuda. Kalau you training lah. Kalau naik suka-suka tu okay lah, but naik bila training it's a lot. Because you use your whole body, daripada tangan, your seat, your kaki, semua must function untuk bagi kuda tu bergerak. So that is part of your training. But you can have extra lah, gym work. Kalau you rajin nak lebih fit, then you have your own. So for me, I have my own personal trainer that to keep me fit, to make sure that I'm ready lah untuk.
Is it more endurance or is it more strength?
It's okay. It doesn't require so much strength.
Okay.
Because the horse is the one that has the strength. It's just your technique. For the rider, it's more nak learn your technique, your flexibility a bit, so that you stay supple, not stiff. Those are the training. In terms of strength, the horse has the most strength lah. So you don't put so much strength on yourself, but more the technique of handling the horse.
So like basically nak kata macam mana you train for the following year, ada a certain event yang you kena join. So you kata the horse akan train, the gap is for 1 year. You pun sekali jugalah.
Sekali.
And just to get yourself, keep yourself fit and all lah.
And it's continuous. So the horse nanti train dia non-stop lah. Nanti only they have in between breaks. So some days they have their breaks also. So dia tak training pun, dia tak boleh training selalu pun, then the horse get bored.
Okay.
So like in the method of train pun lain, like 2 hari training macam endurance kira for stamina, then tukar pula 1 day for flexibility, gymnastic dia panggil. So you train gymnastic, then another day you have a day off, mana tu dia keluar makan angin dekat dalam in the forest ke dalam hutan.
Oh, that's nice.
So they can enjoy, tak ada, so they can clear their mind lah. So kuda pun kena, tak boleh stress sangat pun, terlalu banyak training dia pun stress. So dia kena pergi jalan makan angin sikit, then continue balik training.
Okay, so
Cool gila, sorry.
during the event, during the event, contohnya event day, ada berapa kali you kena keluar menari,
so event,
or like lompat?
Dia each in a competition, like say for Asian Game, dia ada qualifying round dia.
Okay.
So dia ada macam probably 3 days. So before, normally the horse fly in 1 week, at least 1 week before the event starts.
Okay.
Or 3-4 days, so to sort of acclimatize dengan cuaca.
Okay.
Kalau datang dari Europe, dia kena acclimatize dengan Asian punya heat kan.
Okay, itu so pun like all the nak park horse letak tu kat the kandang tu memang dia dah provide ke apa?
Dia, so bila dia sampai, like say for Hangzhou in China, dia dah standby dengan aircon, dengan water cooler, spring mist fan semua.
Oh, dia dah standby for your horse lah.
Dia standby. Because kuda macam pergi Guangzhou, dia ambil all the country quarantine dekat Germany. So we were quarantine Germany, ada dalam 100 lebih kuda lah. So satu kapal terbang will carry about 60 horses.
Wow.
Yeah, 60 cargo plane lah. They will carry 60 horses to China. So yang that's why it's very costly untuk satu kuda flight ticket untuk return. It was 120,000 ringgit untuk kuda aja, untuk flight aja.
Okay.
So that's why
itu
ramai tak sanggup lah.
Ramai tak bawa tambah baggage lagi tu.
Tak baggage.
Makan on flight ada.
Belum tambah makan, belum vet lagi, belum trainer cost lagi. Hanya tiket kapal terbang.
It's cargo, not business class.
It's not even it's not business class. It's just in the cargo, in the box. Pallet dia panggil. Pallet.
Wow.
Pallet.
Okay.
So that's why it's very costly in terms of going. So, but for me, because I knew that there is a chance of winning the goal.
Okay.
So I said I'm willing to go for it because the chances is there.
Okay.
So I would take the chance. Kalau tak ada chance, memang tak pergilah. Pasal tak sanggup nak bayar.
Okay.
Untuk kalau tak ada chance. So every time I go, I always see if there is a chance untuk medal. So Alhamdulillah, always there is a medal.
Okay.
Your calculation was right.
Because I make my study dulu. So I have to study your competitors. Siapa ada kuda apa, siapa. You kena tengok lah who are your competitors. Then you can tengok whether you can compete with them or not.
Okay.
So if you can compete, then you go. Kalau you tak compete, better not go lah. Because
you train je lah.
You train and be ready until you're ready to go lah.
Okay, so during the event tu, do you have time to train with your horse?
When you arrive, you have few days
Okay.
to train. Maybe 2-3 hari because they acclimatize. So first day they will rest and get used to the weather. Then second day jet lag. Ke apa ke. So dia selalunya it depends how the horse lands. Kadang-kadang dia ada fever. Dia kena macam my horse dekat land sampai Hangzhou ada fever, was almost 40. So had to cool down, letak ice bagi dia temperature drop sikit. Then 2 days dia panggil jalan je, get used to the climate, then start training.
Okay.
And then before the event start.
So 3 hari event tu?
The event 3 hari.
Okay.
So because dia ada qualifying, so only the top 15 will be in the finals.
Okay. So like 3 hari straight dia macam
dia
tak boleh buat perangai lah.
Tak boleh buat perangai lah.
Okay.
So that's why you kena make sure ataupun to keep the horse fit until 3 hari. Tak boleh the third day dia dah gas tak ada dah, then dia drop performance dia.
Okay.
So dia kena keep the horse still, dia panggil fresh lah. So that the final they are alert and tak dah too tired. So you kena tahulah balance. So kalau you dah tahu kuda you jangan push the first day lah. The first qualifying jangan go all out lah. You skate dulu. I mean you tak tekan habis lagi lah. You skate dulu, then only the final you can push. Kalau you push first day, then final you dah tak ada gas. Tak ada gas.
After the event, contohnya dah habis. So what happened now to you and to the horse?
Yeah, so the horse will fly back to where it comes from lah. Kalau dia from Europe, they will
macam
prepare.
Denmark tu
Dia balik Denmark. So they will have maybe immediately after competition they will go back on the plane, fly direct back to Europe.
Lepas tu quarantine balik
Balik dah tak ada quarantine.
Okay.
Only going to the country, but balik dia dah tak quarantine because dalam venue competition is quarantine zone. So the horse from the flight dia masuk special truck, horse truck dari airport, dia terus masuk venue, competition venue. So dia tak boleh keluar, tak boleh stop mana-mana. So they will be escorted straight to the venue.
Dia tak cuti sekali lah.
Dia tak boleh cuti keluar sekali. Dia kena
So
terus.
basically lepas dah dengar brief or general lah pasal equestrian ni, sebenarnya it's actually a very
Intimate sport.
intimate dan juga semua little things pun sangat penting tau.
Yes.
And like tadi you cakap you ada vet ke, you ada ni, sebenarnya to make it happen, you Qabil on dengan apa nama your horse again, sorry?
Rosenstall.
Masuk atas atas pentas, masuk arena tu lah kan. Berapa orang yang dalam team tu?
Dalam kurang-kurangnya
in your team?
in my team
How many do you need?
I have 5 people.
5 orang je?
5 orang.
Okay.
In my team untuk satu kuda untuk jaga. This is the team that jaga me and the kuda lah.
Okay.
We have the rider, then the vet yang jaga, then the farrier, then the coach, and the groom. Groom ialah penjaga kuda lah. The groom that is the one that
mandikan kuda.
Tolong like bila travel pergi dekat kapal terbang, dia bawa kuda. So the rider ada break sikit lah. So we don't want to over the ride. Kalau rider buat semua ni, bila time competition the rider pun dah tak boleh compete, dah terlalu banyak. So during competition we have to have this person to help you.
You know, you said farrier, is it?
Farrier.
What is
tukang
farrier?
Tukang
kasut.
Dia pasang kasut kuda. Tukang kasut. So they call it farrier. So setiap kuda pun ada different kuku. So different jenis kasut.
Banyak size lah, size kasut lah.
Size kasut lain. Ada yang besar, kecil. Then some suka rubber, some suka metal, some kena ada padding, some. So ada banyak different type of shoes lah. Macam sport shoes dah ada macam-macam lah. Different cushion ada lebih kurang. So depend on the horse lah.
So the farrier is the one in your team tu yang make sure
the kasut. Kalau kasut terlalu kecil, you pun tak boleh, susah nak lari yang so kena comfortable.
Dia memang kena pakai kasut lah.
Kena
okay.
Yeah.
So there's farrier, ada groom,
jaga kuda, coach dia,
the coach
pelatih untuk rider dengan kuda, dan dia ada vet.
Vet, how often vet tu datang to check?
For me macam kalau bukan competition, they come every twice a year untuk check kuda. Tapi kalau like big event macam Asian Game, dia ikut dengan kuda sekali.
Oh, okay.
In case kalau kuda sampai macam ada fever, so the vet dah standby apa nak perlu nak jaga. Kalau apa-apa, kalau kuda tu macam head injury ke apa, so the vet will assist. So every games dia memang ada vet in every team. Equestrian team dia punya panggil dia team vet, dia orang panggil.
Oh, okay.
Team veterinarian yang ikut sama for this game.
And like sebenarnya tadi earlier of the show tadi you said like you and your siblings menang team event.
Yes.
So sebenarnya are you sekarang ni seorang-seorang ke atau you're together team event?
Now at the moment I'm in last Asian Game individual aja. I tak masuk team event because tak ada team.
Okay.
First because tak ada not enough rider because my sibling also dah tak buat equestrian.
Okay.
So they also dah sort of retired. So I was the only one that continuing. So I had to go, but also the other riders in Malaysia was not ready also to compete.
Yes.
So there were no team. So it was only me that willing to go. So I went as an individual lah. So that's why the team medal we didn't get, tak dapat because only
team
individual.
medal tu for show jumping.
Dia every event ada one team, one individual medal. So 2 medal in each event. So total 6 gold lah.
So kalau contohnya the team tu, satu team tu berapa banyak kuda atau berapa
ada
banyak?
Satu team ada 4 kuda.
So four riders lah.
4 riders in one team. So they combine score lah, all that for untuk get the team total score.
When you said like you study the competition, study your competitors.
Yeah.
Adakah you study atlet tu ke atau you study kuda dia?
Saya kuda dulu. Study kuda. So macam you sama lah macam like maybe kereta pun. You tengok apa kereta dia ada horsepower dia. Kalau you nak compete, you kena tahu apa kereta lah untuk you be at par or better than them. So you kena tahu okay this kuda. So you based on you tengok their results, you tengok dia where they compete. From the result you know dia punya score very high. That mean dia punya horsepower kira bagus lah. So your result must be either more than them to win
atau tally
or more. So if you can score higher than that means you have a chance lah untuk to beat them lah.
Last question from me. How your Asia number 1?
Currently
at the point of this recording, how do they rank you?
Okay, in Asia they rank you based on the Asian Game, the medal you win. So in Asia, all the Asian countries among the 48 countries, so if you win the gold, you're considered number one in Asia. But in world, it's based on world rankings. So the number of competition you compete, events. So you have to collect points. But in Asia, because Asia, there's some countries that doesn't have any competition. So it's difficult to have world ranking because it will be unfair to countries that can't afford and then they want to compete and they don't have competition, they cannot gain that points. So that's why in Asia, if you win the gold medal, you're considered best among the Asian countries.
Okay.
So do you have to kalau contohnya the world tu, do you join the games as well?
Yes, I compete dulu for the Tokyo. I was planning to go to Tokyo. So I had to collect points. So I collect from Europe lah, from all
in what
over
category?
Europe. In the Grand Prix they panggil events.
Oh, dia ada Grand Prix juga.
Grand Prix events. So that's the highest of the sport lah. So from the highest events, whichever place you have rankings, they kasih points. So to compete in Olympic, for example, you have to be the best in Asia. Your points we are competing among most of the Asian countries, Japan, Korea, including New Zealand and Australia under our
region,
under group.
Asia tu kira
Olympic group. So Asia, we have to compete with New Zealand dengan Australia.
For this sports.
For the Olympics in this one.
Okay. Last episode we had Olympian also.
Yes.
Like you, we had Anik Kasdan. So dia kata like the main events is Olympic, and then dia ada macam ada world juga, world championship macam World Cup dia. So for horse, what is the is it annually juga ke?
They have there's Olympics every 4 years.
Okay.
Then they have World Championship.
Okay.
World Championship pun every 4 years.
So
macam
World Cup juga.
Macam World Cup.
World Cup
And
for
so
football,
they also World Cup, ada World Cup pun. So World Championship lain, then World Cup pun ada. World Cup every year.
Have you entered before?
Yes, I've entered maybe 15 years ago, 16 years ago. At that time I was still kira quite new lah. So I went there for experience.
Okay.
For the World Cup final. That was in Milan, dekat Italy dulu. So they have finals, but I decided to focus more on Asian game, because this one you can win medals for the country.
Okay.
Like macam World Cup, World Champion is more for yourself in your sport. That means it's like you can be, you can place, but there's no like this medal, collecting medals. So for me, it's more exciting that you can contribute to the country medal tally. Like, it like involves everyone to be able to contribute.
Memang because I think it's not easy. Nothing is easy. Tapi like for you to have the spirit daripada years till today, like you said, the first time you joined was 1995. 30 tahun lah basically at the point of recording. So 30 years still nak contribute to the country. Why? Actually, personally, why?
Why? One of it is because I'm Alhamdulillah, my parents have been supporting me all throughout. Then and able to support me. This is one of the reason, and also I feel that this is a sport that not many Malaysian tahu. Also, not many Malaysian is doing it. Only a few. And plus, if I'm able to contribute something, I feel that I should be doing it, because I'm if it's been God given this talent, I have to make use to be able to contribute something. Maybe it's for me to do that, even though I sacrifice my school years, but I feel this is part of my life journey, is to contribute. I've been given this task to do it, so that's why I kept going. So that's why you don't see many, because it's not easy road. Memang the journey is very tough, because normally people tengok the end aja in the TV.
Kat TV tengok.
But I think all athlete, they go through the journey. Nobody follow the journey, because they have to go through themselves. Only people only see what's on TV, the last. Then they give their remark. But actually, the journey itself, it's tough for all athletes. I think it's the journey itself is. I think, whether you win or not, the journey is already a huge sacrifice you're doing for the country, I feel.
I nak kita pun tak tanya pasal like in detail pasal training dia, and like the horse me training, like what do you do dekat menari dengan horse dia ke, dekat kandang kuda tu ke. We didn't ask that. But I want to ask one more thing, like pasal you and your horse. How long is the you're in the industry for your scene for 30 years. But you say you tukar-tukar horse. So berapa lama sebenarnya you dengan horse tu? And then lepas habis horse tu, adakah you kena cari horse baru ke? Atau ada orang offer a new horse ke? Macam mana tu?
So far tak ada orang offer kuda. Tapi so far I ada banyak kuda, because kuda pun ada punya age limit yang dia boleh compete. So certain age dah, selalunya dalam 4-5 tahun I kena tukar, pasal dia dah mula dia punya performance nanti drop. So dia kuda, dia punya peak performance selalu from 8 till maximum 15.
What's their lifespan?
Up to 20, then their lifespan. So their peak period is around 8 to 15 lah. 15 pun dah kira tua sikit.
So yang contohnya yang like the recent Olympic semua or like the recent games semua, all the kuda is like
more than 8 up to 15. That's the Olympic punya age. Dia punya peak. After that dia punya performance drop. So this that's why you need to that's why masa you dapat kuda ni, you kena ada standby kuda-kuda muda lain in training, pelapis to take over. Bila dah kuda ni retire, the new one take.
Sorry, last question for me, like genuinely last. When they retire, did you, like, send them off to the wilds?
Yeah, when they retire, they go. They say they put them into the field. So they go into a big arena with field. So hari-hari dia keluar makan rumput, macam relax aja lah. So we put them on the field. That means
proper retirement.
Dah proper retirement. But my horse belum retire lagi. But I decided to to not compete at that level. I put down the level. So now my horse is a junior rider is competing with my horse in a lower level.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
okay. So I nak tanya pasal you said pelapis-pelapis kuda. Pelapis-pelapis atlet macam mana juga? How's the pelapis in this country?
In
like
this
from
country,
your perspective, is it
my-
growing?
For me, I see a lot of interest in the sport.
Okay.
Banyak yang muda-muda yang interest in kuda semua. Tetapi when it reach to a certain level, when the cost comes in, that's when a lot of people have to start deciding whether I should spend this much for my country or I should just keep it for my own, you know. So that is the tough, whether you're willing to spend it or you don't want. So there are people who I feel that can afford, but they also like, so what if you let, for me, I feel I see it because 30 years I see, yes, I've spent a lot in the sport, but for me, my satisfaction is to give back the medal for the country. So that is the sacrifice lah. If I keep it to myself, maybe I have my own island somewhere lah. But I think I'm able to give to the country, then I'm in this sport because of that. So that's the tough part in this sport. But there is a lot of people yang really minat, tetapi need that support lah, in financial support. Susah sikit nak dapat because it's not our
main sport,
and it's not a sport that we are so familiar with, kan. It's a sport that when dengar equestrian pun like I don't know what sport is that. Kuda pun, so
hari ni je I tahu menari dengan kuda. I don't know about that.
So that's why the like macam Europe dah is a culture. Their culture memang you cakap pasal kuda semua tahu dah, because setiap kuda dekat setiap rumah pun kadang-kadang ada kuda kat belakang dekat dia punya ladang. So for them it's a culture. For us they're not our culture. So it's a sport that needs to be known first before baru orang ini kuda.
Okay, before we go and ask you about pasal the highs and lows, kita ada question. So we just a quick questions to ask, like from the question the social media. So this is from Harith Ahmadi. So thank you for asking. Tanya type of horse breed.
Okay.
Yeah. Type of horse breed.
Okay.
Dalam
kuda
this
ni,
sport.
This sport, and kalau equestrian dia ada certain breed for equestrian. It's called the warm bloods.
Warm bloods.
Dia panggil warm bloods. So warm blood comes from country like Germany, Holland, Denmark. So dia jenis kuda. Kalau let's say kalau kita main polo, dia panggil polo ponies. So dia banyak datang dari Argentina. Dia kecil sikit. So kuda racing dia panggil thoroughbred. So different breed. So these breeds are meant for specific for certain sports.
Okay.
Kalau polo, so they cannot because they are built in dia punya conformationnya lain, macam bentuk badan dia.
Family lain lah.
Family lain.
Like kucing dia ada atau anjing ada poodle,
ada family lain,
German
jenis
Shepherd, macam tu kan.
Some besar, some kecil, some
Takkan Chihuahua jadi K9 pula kan. Betul kan.
Betul,
Okay,
betul.
faham juga.
Lebih kurang sama macam tu
Kan. So like kuda dia, for equestrian, what's the breed?
Dia panggil warm bloods.
Warm bloods.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they are called warm bloods. So they are untuk equestrian, untuk dressage, show jumping or eventing. So these are the horses that then kebanyakan warm bloods ni datang dari Europe lah.
Okay.
Number one country that produce a lot of warm bloods is Germany, then Holland, then Denmark. So these are the horses that we use untuk this sport.
Okay. Next question is from Akmal on Instagram, social media. Thank you for asking. Dia ada 2 questions. Berapa lama training time?
Okay.
Then is it sakit buntut?
Okay. Alright. Okay. Training selalunya, okay, like for me, I train lebih kurang from 7 till at least 4 hours lah training minimum
7
a
pagi.
day. Start selalunya kuda you start pagi sebelum panas, because kalau panas dia terlalu panas, so dia ada break, dia pukul 11 dah dia
Tapi
tak boleh
kalau
keluar.
you train dekat Denmark tak panas?
Denmark can go all day lah.
Okay.
Kalau kat Malaysia, Malaysia then we train early, around for me about 4 hours of training. Lagi satu, sakit tak sakit, no, depends. Kalau you dah biasa,
ada cara dia lah ke?
Dia ada cara. Kalau you tak biasa, memang sakit. Kalau you dah biasa, tak sakit.
Okay. This question is from Haris Bud. Where is the best and cheap price to have a ride?
Okay, I think there are few places in KL lah. I think I'm not so sure on the prices.
Okay.
But there are few riding clubs lah dekat Ampang, Selangor Polo Club, Sungai Besi, STC.
Ada yang
Bukit
open
Kiara.
to people juga?
Those are public.
Public.
Like for me, I have my own club juga. Tapi my club are mostly used for it's a private club to train people who already know how to ride, prepare themselves for competition. So tapi kalau you nak belajar naik kuda, like Bukit Kiara, I think ada satu, Sungai Besi. There's few other, Danai Alam.
Is there a community or something?
There is a community, equestrian community.
Okay.
So you can also find out from the association, Equestrian Association of Malaysia.
Oh, ada lah.
Dia ada list down lah club-club yang menunggang, club-club yang you boleh belajar menunggang.
Okay, the last question is from Syahir Kasim. Tanya pasal tembak kuda punya kaki. What is that? And then basically, how do you jaga kuda? Dan adakah tembak tu necessary? Dan juga gears.
Okay.
I think gears kuda kot. Your gear jugalah. Okay.
See. Tembak tu is the last resort lah. Kalau kuda tu dah, like say, broken bone, to not let the horse suffer, they have to put down. Because selalunya broken, kalau patah kaki kan susah, kuda dia tak to recover.
Okay.
Because an animal susah sikit nak recover dia.
Okay.
And plus it's a big animal. So to put the horse not to suffer, they put down. But that one is the last. Kalau macam fractured sikit, dia boleh still ni. But ni kalau really patah, clear ni bone ni, baru they put down. If not, they won't put down the horse. And gear, you have riding gears lah. Like normally you have your riding boots, gloves, important helmet lah for safety, because
ada specific kuda punya helmet lah.
Your helmet because
is it we're talking about you or your horse?
No.
For you. Okay.
Riding macam naik motosikal lah. You have to have a approved helmet, because kuda about 500 kilo kalau dia terpijak. Boleh damage your head quite. So you need a approved helmet to ride, and you have to proper riding wear lah. Macam riding boots, dia ada sarung tangan. Those are the items you need to have before you start riding lah.
For horse?
For horse pun dia ada dia punya boots, dia panggil saddle, tempat duduk.
Okay.
So dia punya bridle dengan ada bit untuk control dia.
Tutup muka dia bukan?
Dia macam untuk tu yang you pegang dipanggil bridle untuk
yang dia punya arah
pusing kiri
pergi kanan tu is connected to the mouth.
So dia ada macam metal piece dalam mulut dia panggil bead. You letak dalam, so dia punya leather connected to the side. Tu tarik kiri, dia pusing kiri, tarik kanan. Kalau you tarik dua-dua, dia berhenti. So those are the what you use to control your horse lah.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the equipments that for the horse, and the saddle. Then they have their protective boots, all that.
Okay, then I think that's most of the questions that we have for this week. Thank you so much, everybody, for asking. Keep on asking in the future episodes as well. Okay, I want to ask you dua soalan before we end. Kita drag a bit. The highs and lows of your personal journey as an athlete lah, horse riding athlete. Yeah.
Highs and lows.
Satu question kan. Itu. Ya. Maybe nak tambah ada injury ke apa ke?
The lows was I had an injury before the SEA Games in 2005 in Manila, where I had a bad fall in the competition in Paris.
Terjatuh dengan kuda ke? Terjatuh from the kuda? Terjatuh dengan kuda.
Jadi kuda pijak. So I had a fractured hip. Dengan broken collarbone, kuda. So I was out 1 month before SEA Games in Manila. So that was the low, because I had only a short period of time to recover, to get ready for Manila SEA Games lah. So Alhamdulillah, I managed to recover just in time and managed to win the gold in Manila. So and then one of the highs was the last year lah, Asian Game, where after 30 years, chasing the goal, selalunya bronze, silver. So finally, I managed.
In China, that was the first goal
for the Asian Game.
But in Indonesia also?
Indonesia silver. So I lost by 0.1. So not even 1 point. I lost by point of.
Indonesia was silver in 2018, right?
2018, yeah. So that's why I was not tak puas lagi. I said I must, because it was so close. I lost not even 1 point. So I said, I'm gonna try for the goal. So Alhamdulillah, goal. And
by 0.01 point juga ke?
No, by far. So this time I far from the second. So Alhamdulillah, so managed to get that goal. And what more, this time I got with my family, my kids also around. Selalunya since I started, I was 15 years old alone. Now I have my whole family to support me in this sport, to see me, compete and trade. And win the goal. So it's satu experience lah. That's something that you cannot forget.
Daripada seorang dan dengan family. Because it's advantage, because this sport yang boleh buatkan you at lifespan to be in the sport. Dia tak ada macam age limit sangat, you said ni. So what's after gold medal? What's next for you?
For me, it would be nice for me to compete in the Olympics and all, but I know it's getting tougher because of I have my family, and then I have to think of the cost of competing in the Olympics. So those are the things that yang I have to think about lah. If there is chance, of course I would continue and if I'm able to lah. So like all this while, because I'm able to, I continue. So I have to think, if I can still support and go that far, then I will continue. If I cannot, that's the maximum I can go.
But the willingness
is always there to go as far as I can.
But kiranya, you said you want to compete in pentas Olympic, but kiranya you are actually an Olympian because you've passed the. Is it? How does it work actually? I tak tahu.
It's once you compete, you considered an Olympian. So but getting there, it's almost
another journey.
Another journey. But you're already considered there because you're competing at that level already. Macam even before you go to Olympics, you must be competing at the highest, the Grand Prix. That means there's no higher events then. So you have to compete that to be able to go to the Olympics. So once you reach that Grand Prix level, you're considered at a world level lah, because you're collecting world ranking for the. But it's different once you compete in the Olympic, then they call you Olympian. Then an Olympic is for equestrian. Actually, there is chance to win medal, but it's just whether anyone willing to spend that much lah. So I don't think so far nobody have the will to spend so much to win that goal lah. If you want to win that goal, you can, but you need to be able to willing to spend a certain amount. So that's the Olympic level.
I see. Okay.
But the chances is there. I mean, because kuda, you macam certain sport there's no chance because your physical you need your. But kuda, you can have that advantage because kuda 70%. Tapi you nak beli tak kuda tu untuk that can win Olympic because depends on the harga of the kuda. So banyak, it's an animal you can beli today and then they besok dah might be gone. So you take a lot of risk to spend so much on a live animal.
Do you consider your animal as their kuda tu as your pet? Or
as a
family member?
Family member ke?
For me, I consider team like my teammate.
Okay.
My teammate.
But you have pets jugalah.
Pets, I have cats lah dekat rumah. Tapi kuda is kira teammate lah, because you have to be one as a team.
I'm sorry, I have a visual of you and your cat on the horse.
To all the audience and yang tengah watch us and the listen yang tengah dengar, it's a bit drag a bit because the main story is actually very unique. We have like a national atlet yang betul-betul put his heart and soul di dalam sebuah benda yang dia minat dan suka. So that's why we love having all these guests to come and share. Like we thank you so much for your sharing sessions, even like cakap pasal equestrian in general, cakap even pasal your journey, and we from Better Call Sukan, we hope that your journey does not end here. Kalau tak ada pelapis ke apa ke, in the future.
I hope to also to see equestrian sport.
Did you say something?
Yeah, sure. For the past 1 hour, we've heard your story. For me, you are an embodiment of never give up. Serious. So I deeply respect that.
Yeah, and like because I tahu pasal equestrian. I don't really know, but dalam dunia equestrian in this country, memang his name is always being mentioned. But just tahu, you said lah, orang tahu keluar TV macam time tu, but they don't know the
journey.
Apa dia punya journey before, after, and kucing pula. Kuda dia pun bukan dapat nama pun juga, you know. Personally, as you, for you, someone yang like Carl said, never give up and all, yang the spirit is always there. The lama tau, macam marathon yang it's not a sprint lah. Your journey is not a sprint. It's just a long marathon actually. How do you say any advice to people out there yang sedang mengharungi cabaran sebagai untuk to get there?
For me, it's
any
like
advice?
If you want to be somewhere or go somewhere, you have to put all your hearts out to do it, and you have to not give up. That means you kena whatever ada tak ada, you kena go on your own. That means even though without support, but you find your way through. You find, because it depends how much you want it. So if you want, I'm sure there is ways, but not as easy. But you have to push yourself. So I feel if you want something, you push yourself and you will be able to get. For me, I know it's a hard challenge, but Alhamdulillah, I've been able to get what I want. I know it's not easy, but every time, and because at the end of the day, I think we can only do our best. someone else decide what we have or what we get. So for me, it's not to give up. It's to push yourself as far as you can. If you give up, it's like already you've defeated. I mean, dah macam. But if you fail also, but the journey itself is a accomplishment, I feel. That's what I think.
Best. Kepada sesiapa kat luar sana, if you want to support Qabil, please do reach out to him and all. And then last words, like you nak tambah apa-apa yang pasal yang macam sebenarnya I nak cakap something, anything before we go to the final segment. A quick rapid fire question.
I mean, I'm thankful to be able to share this with. I know it's not a sport that's popular among a lot of people, but it's giving a chance for me to tell a bit of my journey and also about the sport is something I think is good for people to know, and I'm happy that I can also share it with the entire people of Malaysia that able to sort of learn a bit or understand.
Tahu surface lah.
Selalunya susah because the coverage memang a bit not so much, tak dapat banyak coverage because a lot of people a bit scared, I know, to come and ask also. So but for you guys to come and invite me I think is something I'm very thankful that to be able to share this with
Thank you
all.
for accepting our invitation.
Thank you for accepting, because like sometimes we have people just hantar like all these guests, so you are actually one of the orang ada suggest to us. So we will find out later siapa yang suggest, but it's all from our producer juga, Anaf boy. So thank you for bringing a very national athlete to come and share. So thank you so much. Kita akan go to the final segment, the rapid fire questions. Sorry kepada anda semua sebab kita drag a bit. So let's just ask the question to you. What sport would you be if it wasn't equestrian? Quick one.
Okay, what sport? I'll be doing e-sport.
E-sport. Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
Jauh.
Okay, next question, Kal. Let's go.
What kind of sport you want us to call in the future? That you want to learn.
Actually, I wanted to know about e-sport, like all this, how they prepare themselves mentally, physically, because it's quite interesting for me to know. Because maybe that's the sports of future where there won't be any more football field, gelanggang, all will be in front of screens. Digital, VR. So maybe that's the future of sports, but it's interesting to know where that's going also.
Do you have anyone that you want us to invite in the future? Any particular athlete ke person?
Tak kisah for what e-sport yang you nak belajar, tapi kalau any topic or what for us.
At the moment I can't think of someone that
kalau topik e-sport, is it?
Yeah, e-sport topic.
Okay.
To know more.
Kalau people or anyone tak ada.
At the moment belum lagi ada.
Tak apa, we can discuss later.
Alright, next question. Favorite athlete and coach of all time yang bukan, I mean it can be in the equestrian scene also. Kalau bukan pun tidak mengapa.
A bit I'm a bit strange. I tak ada anyone that I don't have an idol. Because for me, I think everyone can accomplish something. So for me, I always think like even you accomplish sikit pun, it's an accomplishment for me. So I don't like look at people. I always look at what I can do to reach my level best. So that's why I don't have. For me, it's like I don't look at one people. I look at general semua yang and big or small accomplishment. I think that's means a lot for me to, and I take that also as part of my motivation. Even small, even big, if not only the top people, but only people that just move a little bit that can accomplish a certain task. I'm happy that they could do it. So I tak ada macam a bit. Normally a lot of people ask that question, I never can answer.
Okay. Coach pun tak ada lah.
Tak ada.
Okay.
Favorite sporting movie of all time?
Sporting movie
And character in that sports sporting movie.
what was the
Sea biscuit.
sea biscuit? Could be, maybe. Haven't really watched a movie lately, but maybe sea biscuit. Could be about the racehorse. Yeah, about the racehorse.
Oh.
Tommy Maguire, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Last question is quotes or saying that you keep, that you kata-kata yang you simpan.
Like for me, I always say, when you go somewhere, go with your whole heart. That's repeats in my mind, that if you want to go somewhere, go with your whole heart. That means not half-heartedly, you're full-hearted.
Okay, I guess that's about it to wrap up the Better Call Sukan episode for this time. Thank you so much, Mr. Qabil.
Thank you.
Qabil Ambak for coming to share. Daripada personally, I tak tahu apa-apa lah. I tahu tengok TV tu, dia orang lompat-lompat tu, tak tahu pun dia orang ada menari, tak tahu kategori. But now I know. I think the audience pun dah tahu, because like I say dalam Better Call Sukan, every episode of course kita akan belajar something, and I am so happy that we could do this. So thank you so much
Thank you for having
coming, for sharing. Carl, any last words?
All good, take us home.
Yeah.
Right,
satu lagi.
Right.
Kalau nak reach out for you, kalau anyone nak reach out to you, how do they search or they find you?
Me on my Facebook or Instagram. You can communicate.
And the handle is
Qabil Ambak.
Qabil Ambak.
Qabil Ambak.
Yeah, just type Qabil Ambak. It will
Lupa
come
kan
up.
bagi dia shout out lah. Dia atlet tak bagi shout out. Can you mind giving a shout out to the camera, like shout out to whoever who made who you are today sebenarnya?
Who made?
Yang macam the journey, like do you want to give shout outs to anyone?
No, I would personally, I would like to thank my parents for all the support and going through all this journey and sacrifice a lot of things to get where I am today. So thank you very much. And the rest are all the support from my coaches, all my team of supporters, and also for the Malaysian that support in every games, every big international game, Asian games, and hopefully I'll be able to contribute more in the future.
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Thank you so much also to you guys yang tengah dengar, yang tengah watch us from the start to the end. Like Qabil said, kalau anything, if you want to know more about Equestrian or even about his journey in Equestrian life, do follow his social media, and also jangan lupa untuk follow Better Call Sukan. And if you guys got any other sports that you guys nak, tak kisahlah topik apa, atlet ke, siapa-siapa ke, do let us know, bagi tahu saja, and we will definitely call them. Yes, thank you so much again. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you, Fee and Mel, yang jaga belakang kamera. You guys are awesome. So let's wrap up the show. Thank you so much. My name is Arif Daniel.
My name is Qabil.
Qabil Ambak.
And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Audio Plus.